What's going on, guys? Nigona here, and this is the final chapter of The Room. Actually called the epilogue, not really a chapter. We find ourselves in this room full of mechanical devices. Looks very cool, by the way. With this music box on a table. Doesn't look like a music box, but later on I'll show you why it's called a music box. On the table we notice there's a sketch pad. Ignore this, please. It does not have anything to do with the puzzle. And another note. Now, normally, like I've been saying, I would ignore the notes because it's only for the flavor, part of the story. However, this note is important. You might already see it now that I'm looking at it, but we'll come back to it when we need it. So, just like usual, we don our eyepiece, see where we can start, and immediately we see there's a handprint on the table that we really can't see without it. Though now that you notice it, you can see that you can turn that piece of the table, but you can't do it without the eyepiece. So give that a turn, match it up, and it raises up a little bit. On one side, there is a switch. Flip the switch. Other side reveals a cog. Now, to find out where we're going to put a cog gear. Is there a difference between a cog and a gear? I do not know. We have to find out where to put this. On the left side of this music box, on the table itself, that's right, the table is part of the puzzle. You flip this switch down, and it reveals two spaces for a gear. Put on the triangle, hit the button, and this metal pole blocker thing moves away to the side and activates this puzzle on the side. This has a slider that when you move it past these suns, they turn blue. The object is to light up all of the suns, and when you do, I'll just show you. The object of this is to open up this little panel in the corner. Now, if you notice, there's two pegs that are holding the panel closed. One has one dot, one has two dots, and they're right here. When you light up all the suns, two rails will be exposed, and you need to get the rails exposed so you can flip the switches. Here's how you do it. We'll start with the one here. So go up at the first intersection, make a right, light up to the far sun. Now do these one at a time. Go down, come across, light up the other one, come down this way to this intersection. Sorry it's a little jerky. I see it's jerky. Light up the top one, come down this way, stop here, light up this far left one, and come grab this last one. You see those rails just got revealed. Knock into this peg. Everything resets, but that peg is out of the way. Now for the 2 peg. Come all the way up, light up the bottom one. Ooh, almost lost it. Light up this far left one. Come down the exact center to light up both of these at once. Go to the far right one, and then go up for that one, revealing the rails, and boom. Reveals this switch. Flip the switch, and this cylindrical device thing, holder, comes up out of the table with a sphere, orb thing. It has a thing that moves around on the inside. You find this button and put that button on top. You push the button, opens the lid. Flip the lid open, it looks like the music box, and surprise, a gear pops out. Grab that gear. This one has a a square, not a small. Find where you had the last gear, put that in there. The other metal part will open away, revealing a drawer. So open the drawer, and there is some tarot cards. Also has nothing to do with the puzzle, but they're there and kind of creepy. And a star-shaped key. If you notice on the front of this music box, there is a star-shaped hole. So let's put that in there. As soon as you do, though, all the creepy machinery that's around you will start up. Very eerie, very creepy, but also very cool at the same time, in my opinion. Now, the reason I call this box the music box, because when you turn this key to one of these, it kind of makes a little bit of music. Now, if you notice when you turn these, there's only 3 different positions. On this one, there's a switch. When you flip this switch, this gate on the side moves down. Now, what is the purpose of that gate? I will show you. Now, if you notice, while we've been messing with this, if we go this way, did you see that? There's an opening. There's something there. If we put it in this position, it just went off to the right. If we check out this gate, there's actually 2 holes. There's 2 things in this drum. So we'll grab the key, and now we got to be able to get to this handle down here. So we put it back up. We go back to that switch, flip the switch up. That will put the gate right back up. There it is. So now if we flip back to the left side, oh, not the top, left, left, left. There we are. Excellent. We can now grab this handle. A metal plate, excuse me. It's obviously a handle. I don't know why you call it a plate. Right below where this music box is, there's this octagonal, I'm sorry, it's an octagon. Little plaque here. Use the handle on that. You can now turn it. It'll open up and reveals a piano. Oh, how beautiful. Now, remember when I said that this note is important? Let's look at that again. Notice something up here? It shows you 2 different keys on the piano that you need to hit. They correspond to this one and this one, B and F. That just opened up this panel and this slot for a coin. Currently, we don't have a coin, so we're going to have to come back to this. What else do we happen to get? There's also this key. Maybe it goes here. It does. Turn it, and we see these odd little tumblers with these different shapes on them. But this took me a while to figure out myself, because I was just spinning these around like, what is it? What could it possibly be? Then I realized that it's on the drum. The drum, of course, being the inside of this music box. And if we turn the key here, it changes. Notice in the last one, this arrow was golden. Now it's this arrow. So if we go to the top, it tells you what these 2 tumblers are supposed to be. So the right one is supposed to be this crying eye ball. And this one is supposed to be, I don't know, let's call that the cargo net for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what else to call it. So we switch this to the left. I can't direction. Change this to the cargo net looking thing. There we are. Switch the key to the right side. There should be a different tumbler. Change this to the crying eye symbol here. And both of those go down. Now if we flip it back to the top, there are 2 buttons. You clicked both of these, and it reveals a tumbler, and the side of this box opens up. Notice these are very shiny. This is a 3-digit combination. Again, with all shiny things, put on the eyepiece, and you see the different shapes and number that make up a number. Look at it from this angle for your hint. This first one, by the way, you pull these levers and these will spin around, except for this first one. So that kind of gives you a nice little hint as to what it is. So I'll spin it around. You can probably guess what it is just by seeing what it is now. It is 573. So let's put that into the tumblers. 5, 7. I went the long way. Oh, can't. There we are. 3. Closes back up. Those slide back in. This interesting panel pops out with this square grid on the other side. Notice it is shiny, and it's the back side of what looks like a cube. at the moment, we are actually missing something to interact with this, so there's nothing we can do here at the moment. So let's investigate the table a little bit more. This is something I missed ahead of time. Directly behind the music box, this, I don't know what you call it, this decoration, the decorative piece of the table. This slides down, revealing these 3 sliders that can slide along these different symbols, and they're numbered 1, 2, and 3. In order to find out what you need to, the symbols that correspond to the numbers, remember from that very first gear we found and the golden bar slid away? It actually had a seal on it. Aha, that shows you exactly what symbols go where. So number 1 is the triangle. Number 2 is the box with the cross on it. Number 3 is the 2.S, the S with eyeballs. So number 3 was the S with eyeballs. Number 2 was the box cross. And number 1 was the triangle, revealing a drawer with a coin in it. Huh. Where does a coin go? Back to the piano. Drop it into the coin slot. Plays a fun melody. And now we play a simple game of Simon Says. Push the button. And repeat. And that's all it is. It'll play it back to you, which is actually the music in the opening. Kind of creepy. And reveals these 2 handles. A metal handle. Another metal handle. Lovely. The piano will slide back in, like so. And we now have these 2 handles, which is what we were missing for this puzzle. Slide the handles in here. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to back away. Put the eyepiece on, we can see back through the box. One of these handles will flip the box vertically. The other one will turn it horizontally. The object of this part of the puzzle is that if you look on the... I don't mean to keep clicking away. If you look on the front side of this, you see it has these 4 squares. And the cube has 4 holes on it. You want to line them up so you can be able to slide the squares into the holes. There really is no way for me to describe how to do this part. You just kind of have to figure this part out by playing around with it. This part, it was not too difficult. You just got to play around with it until you can figure out and configure where the holes are. The holes are very easy to see. And you just can see which ones are filled and which ones aren't. Like the filled ones have the beige, tannish color, and the holes that are empty still have a black, darker color. Do that. Do this. Nope. I failed. I messed it up. Nope. It's all good. Again, this is just kind of trial and error, guys. There's really no way for me to describe the strategy behind this. You don't have to take the eyepiece off to slide them in. I just think get a little seasick from looking in the eyepiece all the time. There's 1 hole left. Where is this one? It is in the top left, which would be top right from this backside. So turn like that. That and like that. Okay, slide that back in, and the game will kind of take over, and it'll Rubik's Cube its way like that. So the squares, and they just kind of open up. We just connected them, and they somehow opened up, revealing this piece with a gem in it. That will slide back into the music box, and the first latch is open. 1 more latch to go. Now you just notice that these 2 sides just opened up. One has a magnifying glass, which if we look through, you can see the house again. The old house from the photograph. You don't even need the lens for that. You can actually just kind of see it right there. See that house? Yeah. Anyway, so it has that lens, and this was from before. We got the sphere from this thing. We drop the ruby into there. If we look through the lens again with the eyepiece, it makes this kind of weird, smoky shape. We'll come back to that in just a moment. This other panel is a sliding puzzle with more gems in it. The object of this is to get the gems out. Once you get it all the way to the bottom, you just look at the back and you can pull the gem right out. Again, just kind of like the other cube puzzle, there really is nothing I can do to... don't really have a good way to explain how to do this. It's just, again, trial and error. This part is not very hard, guys. It's really not. So just you grab all of these gems out of here. Tie that up there, put that down here. I'll try to go a little slower. Sorry, guys. But it's really not that hard. These are fairly easy. I can't speak. Sorry. This part and the cube part just take a little bit for some people, but it's very easy. It feels very easy. All right, so we now have 3 gems. We can pop them in here. But the order does matter. We have the gems in there now. Here, let me just show you with one. Take all those out again. Put the yellow one in. Let's take a look through the lens now. There's a little more to that symbol, that shape. And we're actually trying to make a very specific shape. Put the blue one in there. Take a look again. There's more to it. I'll give you a hint. Well, the shape we're looking for is this little Celtic knot kind of thing here. And the order, if I did this right, let me take a quick glance in there real quick just to make sure I'm not going to tell you guys the wrong. Yes, that's correct. So the red one will always be, the red one will always be in the same position. And then going clockwise, it'll be red, yellow, blue, and then green. Look through the lens, put the eyepiece on, and match it up. I lied. I was wrong. Wow, I was so sure about that. I think I have the blue and the green mixed up. Oh, man. Oh, I messed it up. Wow, I was so sure about that. I was so sure. That's what I get for being sure, guys. I'm so sorry. Green, yellow. Okay, once I have it figured out, I'll come back. Blue, yellow. Okay, guys, I'm back. It kind of went a little fast because as soon as I looked in the lens and it was right, it kind of just went ahead and said, all right, you got it. We'll continue the game. Anyway, the correct sequence is red, green, blue, and yellow going clockwise, excuse me, around that order. I'm so sorry I got it wrong the first time. Anyway, so that popped the lid. Now we can open this up. And, surprise, surprise, another puzzle. A small gem will appear right over here. And it's another one of these sliding puzzles. There's a button in the middle. You click the button, and the faces rotate. They only go in 3 different positions. There's position 1, position 2, position 3. You need to slide this gem. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to back out. To the middle part right here. So just get the gem on there. Pretty much whenever you can move the gem, you should. So move it right here onto this long piece right here. Move it onto the small staple, I guess you would call it that. Onto this line. Oh, hit it again. No, I thought that would. No, I thought that would work. All right, so onto the line to this large staple on the outer ring, which will go on this piece over here, which will connect to this staple on the middle. I call it a staple because it's staple shaped. In the middle, in the center ring, move it directly over to the small staple in the middle ring, which should connect up to this piece right here, which will connect to the hole, and down it goes. Yay! That was fun. In fact, oh, the gem, I'm sorry, I was getting ahead of myself. It will show a light. Use your eyepiece. And if you look around the room, you'll see the symbol on the wall. You want to try to match that up. There you go. Take the eyepiece off. And hey, you know what? That puzzle was so fun. Why don't we do it again? Again, just hit the button. It only has 3 stages. It's not as complex. It's just like the last one. Just move the gem along the path. And eventually, you will find the correct answer. When you come to here, by the way, and you have the choice of either going on this large staple in the middle ring or this little lightning bolt shape, go on the lightning bolt shape. And that will eventually line up with... That made a liar out of me. Go on the long... I'm so sorry. Go on the long staple. The lightning bolt shape I was looking for was this right here. There you go. That's where you want to go on the lightning bolt shape. I was ahead of myself once again. There you are. Just pop it in there. And the gem will reappear. Again, another mess. And hey, that same symbol, except for this time we can rotate the middle part. Line up the shape, like so, and enjoy the final cutscene. Ooh, spooky, creepy. But anyway, game complete! My name has been Xnagona. Thanks for watching.